Okay, so Hannah, have you ever vividly remembered something only to find out it was completely, totally wrong? Like demonstrably wrong?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like that happens to me all the time, actually, especially with song lyrics, right? You just sing along and then you look it up and you're like, wait, that's not what they're saying.
Right. But imagine it's not just you. It's like millions of people. And it's not just a song lyric, it's a historical event or a major pop culture detail. That's what we're diving into today, the Mandela effect.
Ooh, the Mandela effect. I've heard that term floating around. So it's like a shared delusion, or what is it exactly?
It's kind of wild, right? It was coined by this paranormal researcher Fiona Broom back in 2009. She distinctly remembered Nelson Mandela, former South African president, dying in prison in the 80s. Like she had memories of news reports, his widow's speech, everything.
Whoa, really? But he didn't die then, right?
No, exactly. He was released in 1990, became president, and then passed away in 2013. But Broom found out that so many other people shared this identical, incredibly vivid false memory. And that's the core of it. It's mind-bending.
Wow. So it's not just like individual bad memory, it's a whole group thing. That's kind of spooky. Do people have theories about why this happens? Like, is it alternate timelines or something?
Well, some people definitely go there, right? Alternate universes, parallel dimensions, all that. But psychologically, science has some pretty grounded, actually super fascinating explanations. The prevailing view is that it's a form of collective false memory. Basically, our memories aren't perfect recordings, Hannah. They're reconstructive.
Reconstructive? So my brain isn't just hitting record? It's like editing things as it goes?
Exactly. It's like your brain is a really, really creative storyteller, but sometimes it gets the facts wrong. Memory is super malleable. It can change. It can create false details or even fabricate entire events. You know how unreliable eyewitness testimony can be? It's kind of that on a grander scale. One big contributor is schema theory.
Schema theory? What's that?
So our brains, they fill in details based on our expectations or schemas of how things should be. For example, if your rich old guy schema includes a monocle, you might falsely remember, say, the Monopoly man having one, even if he never did. Your brain just fills in the blanks, right? It's wild.
Oh, okay. So it's like our brain's internal autofill. That makes a lot of sense for some things. But what about when it's not just our brain filling in? What if it's external? Like someone tells you something wrong and then that sticks.
You're totally hitting on the next big one: misinformation and suggestibility. Our memories can be significantly altered or even newly created by external suggestions, or new information. And this is especially true through social interaction. Think about it. If you hear or discuss an incorrect detail repeatedly, it can implant or strengthen a false memory for so many people.
Oh, like especially now with the internet and social media, right? Things just spread like wildfire.
Absolutely. The rapid spread of information online, it can totally amplify this effect. Another thing is interference. Our memories can interfere with one another. Past experiences or even newly acquired info can kind of mess with and alter existing recollections. It leads to false memories. And then there are cognitive biases and confabulation.
Confabulation? What's that?
It's when our brains subconsciously fill in gaps in our memory with plausible but incorrect information. We end up confidently remembering things that never happened. It's not lying, your brain genuinely believes it. And hey, sometimes some visual elements are just less memorable, making them more prone to widespread misremembering. It's complex stuff.
Wow, that's unsettling, actually, to think about how easily our memories can be, like, rewritten without us even knowing. So, give me some examples beyond, the Nelson Mandela one. What are some of the most famous ones?
Oh, Hannah, there are so many good ones. You're gonna freak out. First up, probably the most widely cited example, the Berenstain Bears.
Oh, like the children's books. I loved those.
Right. So many people distinctly remember it being spelled Berenstain with an E, but it's actually Berenstain with an A.
No, wait, what? I totally remember Berenstain. Oh my gosh, my mind is blown already. Okay, what else?
Next, Darth Vader's famous line in Star Wars. Everyone, and I mean everyone, remembers it as, "Luke, I am your father."
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it?
It's not. It's, "No, I am your father."
Get out! No way! This is making me question everything. My childhood, my entire existence.
Right, it's wild. Another one, the evil queen's quote in Snow White. People always say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall."
Oh, I've said that a million times.
Actual line? "Magic mirror on the wall." And then there's the Monopoly Man. So many people vividly remember rich Uncle Pennybags wearing a monocle. He's never worn one. Never.
Okay, the Monopoly Man monocle, I absolutely remember that. That's gotta be the schema theory thing you talked about, right? Rich old guy, monocle.
Totally. It's the perfect example of that. Here's another fun one. Pikachu's tail. A common false memory among Pokemon fans is that Pikachu has a black zigzag tip on its tail. Its tail is entirely yellow.
What? No, it has the black tip. I'm picturing it right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is actually freaking me out a little. What about that movie with Sinbad as a genie? I totally remember that existing.
Ah, the Shazam movie with Sinbad. A significant number of people recall a 90s movie where Sinbad played a genie.
Yes, I knew it.
There's no such movie.
No, there has to be.
No, there isn't. There was Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal as a genie, which likely contributes to the confusion and memory confabulation, but no Sinbad genie movie. It's just not a thing.
Wow, this is like a whole other level of memory trickery. Okay, hit me with more. I need to know how many things I've remembered wrong.
Fruit Loops cereal. Many mistakenly recall it as Fruit Loops. Always been fruit. Jif peanut butter? Often Jiffy. It's Jif.
Okay, Fruit Loops and Jif, those are like classic ones. I've definitely made those mistakes. What about anything more obscure or things that are really specific?
Oh, absolutely. Here's a really cool one. Freddie Mercury's "We Are the Champions" ending. Many fans recall him belting out "of the world" at the very end of Queen's song.
Yeah, he does. We are the champions of the world.
In the studio version, it famously ends without that phrase. He often added it in live performances, though, which totally fuels that collective false memory. See how that works? It's a blend of experiences.
Oh, that's smart. So it's not totally made up. It's just like conflated with other memories.
Exactly. Or Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again" music video. So many people remember her wearing a microphone headset, but she doesn't wear one in the actual video. She uses headsets for live shows, so again, a blending. And finally, some people vividly recall being taught that crickets produce sound by rubbing their legs together.
Wait, they don't?
Nope. Scientific consensus is they stridulate by rubbing their wings together. It's a wild ride, isn't it? The Mandela effect, it really shows how fallible human memory can be, especially when we're all like influencing each other. It's a powerful illustration for sure.
It really is. It makes you want to go check everything you think you know. It's fascinating, but also just a little bit scary. It really is. It makes you want to go check everything you think you know. It's fascinating, but also just a little bit scary. I mean, we've talked about all the scientific explanations, but what about the truly out there theories? Do some people think it's more than just our brains playing tricks?
Oh, absolutely, Hannah. While science leans heavily on the psychological, there's a whole other camp that takes the Mandela effect to a cosmic level. For many, this isn't just about memory fallibility. It's seen as evidence that our memories can actually be remembering events from another dimension or a parallel universe.
Whoa! So, like, the Berenstein Bears do exist, just not in this reality? And we're just catching glimpses?
That's the core idea. The theory suggests that collective false memories are actually true memories from an alternate timeline. Perhaps our consciousnesses or even entire populations have subtly shifted or merged between slightly different realities, carrying fragmented memories of the old reality with us into the new one.
That's mind-bending. So it's not a glitch in our brain, but a glitch in reality itself? Or our perception of it?
Exactly. It implies a multiverse where every small variation we misremember actually happened in an adjacent universe. It's a way to explain the shared specificity of these false memories without attributing it purely to cognitive error. A truly creative, albeit speculative, interpretation of why we collectively remember things that never happened here. Speaking of parallel universes, Hannah, it's wild how many of these effects pop up in our favorite sci-fi worlds. Like, we talked about general pop culture, but sci-fi seems to be a hotbed for these collective memory glitches, often tied to iconic visual elements.
Oh, really? Like, even beyond the Darth Vader line we mentioned earlier? What's another big one that caught people off guard in that realm?
Absolutely. One of the most famous, and to me most mind-boggling, involves C-3PO from Star Wars. So many people vividly, absolutely remember C-3PO as being entirely uniformly gold. From head to toe, right? A gleaming golden protocol droid.
Yes, he is. He's the Golden Protocol droid. That's how he's always been depicted. How could he be anything else?
But if you look closely, especially in A New Hope, he actually has one silver leg from the knee down. His right leg, to be precise. It's distinctly not gold.
No way. A silver leg? My brain is refusing to accept this information right now. How could so many of us completely overlook such a visible detail in one of the most iconic characters ever? This is insane.
See, even C-3PO's leg tricks us. But it's not just pop culture characters. Even geography has its own Mandela effects.
Geography? Like misremembering where entire countries are? That seems impossible.
You'd be surprised. Many people recall New Zealand being directly north of Australia, or South America aligning straight south of North America. But maps show New Zealand far southeast, and South America largely to the east. Our mental maps are surprisingly malleable.
Whoa, my sense of direction is officially confused. So, from spatial shifts to song lyrics, what other musical misfires have people collectively rewritten? Give me Joan Jett and Barbie Girl.
Ah, the classics. For Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll, most remember Put Another Dime in the Jukebox, Baby. It's actually Put Another Quarter. And for Aqua's Barbie Girl, people often think Ken's I'm a Barbie Girl line starts the song. But it's the female vocals first, and Ken's specific famous lines come later.
A quarter? And Ken doesn't open the song? My whole playlist is a lie. This is getting intense.
It truly is, Hannah. These memory quirks aren't limited to songs. They twist our perception of iconic pop culture figures, especially their outfits. Think superheroes. Many recall Batman's cowl having sharp white eye slits from the comics, right? The classic stark white?
Oh, absolutely. That's how I always picture him. The intense white slits. It just feels right for Batman.
But surprisingly, in most live-action films, his eyes are visible or just deep black shadowing. White eye slits are nearly exclusive to comics or animation. And speaking of iconic visuals, The Wizard of Oz. What color were Dorothy's slippers?
Oh, easy, ruby red. Everyone knows that. Wait, don't tell me. Were they not always red?
In the 1939 film, yes, ruby red. But in L. Frank Baum's original novel, they were silver shoes. The cinematic choice for Technicolor completely overwrote that original detail in collective memory.
No way! Silver? My entire perception of Oz is shattered. It's incredible how much a movie can change what we know.
From superhero outfits to geographical locations, our memories really do play tricks on us. But what about some of the most powerful and meticulously documented moments in history, like iconic speeches? Are they safe from the Mandela effect?
Oh, that's a whole new level. You mean even the words from historic addresses or famous quotes can be misremembered? I feel like those would be etched in stone.
You'd think so, right? But take Neil Armstrong's first words on the moon. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Countless people remember it exactly that way.
Yeah, that's how I remember it too. Isn't that what he said?
Well, the debate, and often the misremembering, centers on a tiny but significant Armstrong himself insisted he said, that's one small step for a man, which makes grammatical sense. Without the it implies humanity. Most people, even hearing it, often omit that crucial little word in their recollection. Or Winston Churchill's famous World War II speech, often quoted as blood, sweat, and tears. His actual words were blood, toil, tears, and sweat. Our brains often simplify and streamline for recall. Okay, Hannah. We've trekked through pop culture paradoxes, from Darth Vader to C-3PO's sneaky silver leg. Now, let's beam up to Star Trek for another mind-bending effect.
Ooh, Star Trek, a classic. What iconic lines or visuals have been bending our realities there? I'm ready for it.
Get ready. The most famous Star Trek quote, attributed to Captain Kirk. You know it. Beam me up, Scotty.
Yes, beam me up, Scotty. It's practically synonymous with the show. Don't tell me it's not actually that.
Prepare for impact. While variations like Scotty, beam me up, or beam us up, Scotty, are said, the exact phrase, beam me up, Scotty, is never uttered in the original series. Not once.
No way. Are you serious? First, no, I am your father, and now this? My understanding of sci-fi catchphrases is crumbling. This is truly illogical.
Okay, so we've seen how sci-fi and iconic catchphrases aren't immune to the Mandela effect. But what about something a bit more highbrow, like the world of opera? Do grand performances and dramatic narratives also get twisted in our collective memory?
Oh, that's an interesting thought. I mean, opera is so theatrical and memorable. What could possibly be misremembered there? Is it like a famous aria lyric or something?
Sometimes, but let's go for something truly spectacular. Think about The Phantom of the Opera. Many people vividly remember the dramatic moment when the chandelier crashes down at the very end of the show, right? As a final climactic shocker.
Yes, that's how I picture it. The big dramatic finale. It's such an iconic image.
Well, prepare for another memory warp. The iconic chandelier crash actually happens at the end of Act 1, not the grand finale. It's a huge mid-show turning point setting up the second act.
No way! The end of Act 1? That's completely different from how I've always thought of it. It changes the whole dramatic arc in my head. How do we mess up such a pivotal, unforgettable moment?
Okay, Hannah, talking about pivotal theatrical moments, let's pivot to cinema. Remember the big push for 3D films in theaters? It felt like it was going to be the next huge thing, permanently changing how we watched movies.
Oh, I totally remember. For a while, every major blockbuster was in 3D, and you had to wear those glasses. There was a genuine excitement, like it was the future, right?
Exactly. People vividly recall that era as a major cinematic revolution. But when you look back, was that widespread excitement and adoption truly as long-lasting or impactful as our collective memory suggests? It felt like a bigger deal than it actually sustained.
Honestly, no. After the initial wow, it often felt like a headache-inducing gimmick. A lot of films didn't use it well, and the novelty wore off fast. Our memory of the 3D boom might be more embellished than the reality. A fleeting